having hobbies, and learning new skills. So you've always, to feel happy, you have to feel like you're learning something new, that you've got hobbies that you enjoy, but then, you're not stagnant in your life. That can be depressing if you feel like there's no change, there's no future ahead. We always need to be working towards and striving towards something, having goals to achieve. And also that sense, actually having empathy and helping other people, actually developing your empathy by volunteering, for example, actually makes you feel really good. So obviously we all need to be doing things that earn money, but can we set aside a little bit of time to help other people without actually having anything to gain from it? And it feels really good to do that, to do something that helps other people and you don't actually get anything from it other than appreciation, maybe. And I feel like that about the parent peer support group. It's something I wish was out there for me, and I don't get anything from it. In fact, it costs me money, but I love doing it. I really enjoy getting parents together, being able to impart a little bit of knowledge to other people, but just seeing people feeling happier than when they came in. It's just make you feel good. And obviously my riding and dog walking, I get something out of riding and walking dogs because I love horses and I love dogs, but also I'm helping out a friend by exercising their animals. So we both have a win-win situation there. No money changes hands, nothing like that. It's just a one favour to another. They're doing me a favour because I love animals, and I'm doing them a favour because they've got somebody to exercise their animal on that particular day. And it's all that, isn't it? I feel like I'm waffling on now. There's lots of dogs out here. I mean, in fact, yesterday it was quite funny because we just saw dogs everywhere enjoying themselves on the beach at Whitby. It was lovely. I think just all the dogs looked so happy. It was lovely having a bit of a sunbathe, having a lie back on the steps on the beach, watching all the dogs playing. It was good. Morning. So I watched, what was it, Line of Duty last night, but I fell asleep at the end. I'm extremely tired this week. As I say, it has been an extremely busy fortnight. Quite a lot of clients, but because I had some training, I went to the education show on Friday in Birmingham not last week, the week before, and taught some people about training on e-safety, which that would be interesting to see if I can get some work in that area. So some good networking opportunities, although it was an awful long way to go. I'm not sure I'll go next year. Morning. And last Friday I went to Manchester Airport, but unfortunately I wasn't getting on a flight. I went to do my certificate of proficiency with the BACP. So there are many memberships for psychotherapists and counsellors, and I've joined the BACP because a client of mine wanted to get some support for their son for some psychotherapy, and they needed me to join a membership which would be recognised, and the BACP is recognised by the NHS. So if you have or need psychotherapy and you are on any benefits of any kind, I am registered with the BACP, which means that you will be able to get, they've got funding for 10 sessions, so that's worth bearing in mind as well. So the BACP run lots and lots of courses. They have an ethics, just like the NCP, who I'm a member of as well. There are a lot of membership groups. This is the problem, really. So I am a member of the NCP, and they're a great membership group as well, but it does seem to be that the PSA and the NHS seem to recognise the BACP above most of the other groups that you can be a member of, so that's why I've joined them. And basically I did a certificate of proficiency, which is really good actually, because it's an exam that you have to sit, and then once you've passed that exam you can go on to their register, so it's just to show your competency basically as a counsellor and psychotherapist. So I'm quite nervous. I hope I've done okay in it. So yeah, it's about an hour and a half long test that I had to sit in Manchester. I had to drive to Manchester, so with all the petrol and driving there, £9 for the car park. And I know my partner says, oh, did you get a nice lunch? Nothing at all. A glass of water, and that was it. So yes, I do hope I've passed that. And I don't even know, I thought we'd complete it and they'd tell us we'd passed, but no, we won't hear for 4 or 5 weeks. And I don't know what happens if you don't pass, so, but I'm sure that'll be fine. Just have to take the test again, I suppose. I don't know what, but it was very person-centred, and it was very much, all the questions were case studies basically, and they were all around working on the basis that you only do 6 sessions and you're working for you know, as a school counsellor, or you're working as a whatever for another company. So it was very different because it's not the way I work. I'm a private psychotherapist. I work for my own company and I work for as many sessions as a client needs. I don't say after 6 sessions that's it and you have to go, whereas a lot of these questions were suggesting that that's what you have to do. 6 sessions are up and you have to finish, and that's it. But I know from my work in Haven, where I'm doing bank staff work tomorrow, that is a similar situation, I suppose, because we can only give the session in the day. It's a short-term solution, and we signpost to other services that can offer longer term. So it's I suppose I have that understanding there where I could signpost people to other areas, and I know about all of that. And I do, I did find, I know there was a lady I was talking to afterwards when I came out, and she said, what did you think of that? I thought it was really hard, and I said, well, yeah. And it was very person-centred. It wasn't very, I do integrative psychotherapy, so I am not just a person-centred counsellor, which is just about sitting and listening more than anything. Although there are times when that's suitable, there didn't seem to be very many CBT techniques offered there. There wasn't any sort of building action plans or anything like that. So it did feel a little bit leaning that way. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I said, yeah, it was an extremely busy week. I was working every day, and then obviously at that course, and then all my parent peer support groups as well. I obviously didn't do my walk and talk because I had the proficiency test and I had the education show, so that's why I had no walk and talks this Friday or last Friday. But there is one coming up this coming Friday. So this coming Friday, the walk and talk is at Ilkley Moor, So we're meeting at the Countcarth car park, and as I said before, it's a very relaxed walk and talk, with talking about anything you want to talk about, basically. That's the whole point. So if you want to share anything with me, if you want to talk about anything in particular, then it's an opportunity to do that in a obviously non-threatening place, so somewhere very, very quiet, and enjoying nature. Only thing is, the weather forecast doesn't look too cracking, so I do go whatever the weather, so don't worry. If you think, oh my goodness, it's absolutely chucking it down or whatever, I will still be there. I'm hardcore. Just, there's no such thing as bad weather, just inappropriate clothing. I think that's what somebody said. That's a quote from somebody, I'm not sure who. Yeah. So I'm not sure I've got anything else to talk. I think I've rambled on for quite a long time anyway. So I'll stop there.